There was a guy on the defensive line yesterday. Brodric Martin? No. Isaiah Buggs? Nope. Levi Onwuzurike? No. Quinton Bohanna? Somebody from the Dallas Cowboys practice squad. Everybody was asking about this guy yesterday. Coming from the Dallas Cowboys practice squad, elevated to the Detroit Lions active roster the night before the game on Saturday, this guy came out of nowhere and was chosen to play over Isaiah Buggs, who was ill, Levi Onwuzurike, and our third round pick that we traded up for, Brodric Martin. Talk about a guy that is, if there's one thing Brad Holmes is off on, it's third round picks. Third round picks, man. Josh Paschal was a second. Levi Onwuzurike a third. Ife Melifon another third, right? He's kind of slipping in the third round. Second and fourth, not too bad, because I think Derek Barnes came in the fourth round as well. But this guy came out of nowhere, and the comment section was like, who is big number 90? Well, let's find out. Now, before we get into who Quinton is, check this out. This is how you know that there's a problem with Brodric Martin. Does he have potential? Absolutely. But is he there yet? Not even close. This guy came out of nowhere, and if you look right here, he played 26 snaps, which was 35% of the defensive snaps. He's played twice as many snaps as Brodric Martin has in his entire Detroit Lions career. He played yesterday. And don't forget, the Lions chose this guy over Isaiah Buggs, who was ill, Onwuzurike, and Brodric Martin. 26 snaps, 35. He played just as many snaps as our second round pick from 2022. So Brad Holmes, man, definitely slipping, but trying to make up for it on the back end, I guess. Now, who is big number 90? He is, let's look at it. He is 6'4", 330 pounds. 24 years of age, from Kentucky. Kind of funny that Josh Paschal came from there. Drafted the year before Paschal in the 6th round by Dallas. He has spent his first 2 seasons on the Dallas Cowboys, has played 14 games in 21, 13 in 2022, and fresh off the boat, fresh off the couch, off the practice squad, came in for the Detroit Lions and played 1 game, 26 snaps, got 2 total tackles, 1 solo, 1 assisted. Now, if we look at his game logs, and I'm wondering if this guy is going to outperform, like if he's going to take the job away from Martin. He had 1 stuff and 2 stuff yards. But check this out. What is a stuff tackle? A stuff is a tackle for negative yards on a running play. Tackles for losses include stuffs and sacks. If you're going by the box score, sometimes the player is not credited for a tackle for a loss on a half stuff, that is, on an assistant tackle for a loss on a running play, even though they would get credit in fantasy. Now, check this out. This is coming from NFL.com, and here is the overview on Quinton Bohanna. 2 gapping nose with good power, who is much more likely to become a space eater than a playmaker. Bohanna, I don't know if it's Bohanna, can man the nose in even or odd fronts and plays with decent knockback explosiveness coming off the ball. He will play with average range, but can disrupt blocking schemes with his power penetration from time to time. He's somewhat accurate and quick with his hands, but is fairly easy to reach and work around for zone blockers. He is a relative non-factor as a rusher, so his value will rest in whether or not he can help control the A-gaps. Bohanna is limited, but big and strong, and could find work as a rotational nose early in his career. Now, again, what is that saying about Brodric Martin? Now, granted, this guy, 6th round pick, 3-year vet, over a 3rd round pick, rookie. Off the practice squad, right? Maybe we should have put Brodric Martin on the practice squad. Like, real talk. How did he even make the 53-man roster? If you let this guy was on the couch in the practice squad, this is the equivalent of Tom Kennedy getting poached off the practice squad and playing for somebody else's team, which, by the way, we have not seen happen yet. Tom Kennedy is still unemployed in the National Football League. So you want to know who he is? This is who he is. Came in and made probably a bigger impact than Brodric Martin made. I don't know what's going on with Isaiah Bucks, with the illness. Let's see if he'll be back on Thanksgiving. Wouldn't be surprised if Big Q, gets another go-around. 26 snaps. Now, granted, like I said, I'm trying to give Brodric Martin the benefit of the doubt. They both are space eaters, but it seems like this guy's better with his hands, because we talked about how with Martin, his hands are an issue, right? So, I mean, you come in making an immediate impact, 6th round pick. So I think we might be trending. Can't call Brodric a bust. Bust for me only applies to first rounders. But it brings some questions on Brodric Martin. Okay? So I wouldn't be surprised. We've played 10 games. He's been inactive for 9 of them. 9 of them. How are you still on a 53-man roster? You've been inactive for 9 games. I don't know. But hey, shout out to Big Q, man. Shout out to Big Q. Was good enough for us to come get him. Played 27 games, I want to say it was, before he played with us. Could see him as a valuable rotation piece. 26 snaps, which how much was that again? 26 snaps, which was 35% of the defensive snaps. We gonna have to have a conversation. But shout out to the young man. Helped get us a win, and we appreciate that. So let me know your thoughts on big number 90, man. Were you impressed by what you saw yesterday? And what do you think is going on with Brodric? Is it officially time to call it a wash, or do we still give him time? You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. A lot of videos coming out today, man. There's a lot to talk about, so be ready.